Whoa! What is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a wonderful week. Before we jump into today's video, I want everybody to just do me a quick favor. Take your mouse, scroll down, make sure you're subscribed, and then scroll back up. That's it. That's all I really needed you to do. With that being said, we're going to jump right into things today because why not? I want to talk to you guys today about the Ultra Premium Collection, which is like the one product that is still selling for above MSRP that a lot of people want but can't find. When they seem to be getting put out in retail stores, they're getting put out in small quantities. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to talk about something weird that was going on TCGPlayer a couple days ago. It's been going on for a while, but it really kind of came to a peak a couple days ago, and I noticed it. I wanted to record a video on it on Wednesday already, but I was waiting for answers from TCGPlayer support. Unfortunately, didn't get them, but we're going to talk about that here in a second. I'm going to flip you right around here. We're going to look right at my sheet, my Google Sheet here. So this is a picture right here, an image of the Ultra Premium Collection. As you can tell, it was being sold on TCGPlayer for $188 plus $14.99 shipping. That's not bad, right? That's it's well over MSRP. MSRP on this specific product is $120, but this one was selling for $188 plus $14.99 shipping. Now, $14.99 shipping as a new account, which this is being sold by Anasis Cards, however you pronounce that, but this was being sold by Anasis Cards, and we're going to look at some kind of weird similarities between all of these listing companies here. As a new TCGPlayer account, you can't offer free shipping. You have to get to a certain seller level in order to be able to offer free shipping. So this is going to be about $202.99 after you include shipping on this, but you can buy up to 2. You also have limited amounts of listings as a new seller account. So very, very strange that all of a sudden there's this one listing here that's selling for well below what market value would be on this. So I started looking at more of the listings, and you can see here there are a lot of listings at $188 plus $14.99 shipping. So Ellen Card Store, Academy Cards, Missouri Cards, Assorta Cards, and Charté Cards, a lot of the same thing. Clearly something weird is going on here, right? So I took screenshots of all this, mostly so that way I could record a video, but also because I wanted to bring this to the attention of TCGPlayer because it started getting me a little nervous. And the reason it got me nervous was because of these right here. All of these sales that you can see on TCGPlayer that was selling this product for $188. You can see $188. Somebody did spend $270. Somebody did spend $302.95. But for the most part, everybody was buying this at $188, probably thinking, hey, we're going to get a really good deal on this. So I emailed TCGPlayer and I said, hey, I was wondering if you could tell me what's going on with this. It looks to me like somebody is potentially trying to manipulate the market price on these cards. Now, we talk about price manipulation several times. We've talked about it in the past several times, mostly happening on eBay. There was an issue with golden auctions, or not golden auctions, but PWCC. There was a lot of issues where some people, the metal Charizard that graded at PSA 10, for example, a lot of shill bidding going on, right? So oftentimes in market price manipulation, what they do is they bid up the price of a card without any intent to pay because they already own copies of the card or because they have some sort of investment in that card and they want it to sell for a maximum amount. So what they do is they bid this card up like crazy, have it sell for $20,000, say, hey, I'm not buying it for $20,000. I just wanted to make sure people thought it was worth $20,000. And now I can go ahead and start selling some of my stock of these for close to that $20,000 mark. So this is kind of like the reverse of that. And that was my concern. I think that a lot of people are thinking that they're getting these ultra premium collections not at MSRP, but at a fairly close level of MSRP and well below what they've been able to find on the secondary market. And what's going to happen is they're going to pay this $188 or $202.99 plus shipping, or including shipping plus tax, and they're going to be like, okay, when am I going to get this? And all that's going to happen is the seller's not going to ship. They're going to cancel the order. They're going to refund the order. But what it does is it brings that market price down considerably, down to, I forget where it was. I thought I had it in here, but the market price on the Ultra Premium Collection had dropped at one point down to $212, which is much, much lower than where it is right now. I think it's at like $260 or something like that. So eventually, I finally got through to TCGPlayer, and all they said to me was this: thanks for reaching back out to TCGPlayer. We really appreciate you bringing this to our attention, and rest assured our team is investigating it. However, we are not able to provide you with any statistics, metrics, or further information as it pertains to the sales or cancellations on our site. It is tied to personal information that we are not able to share with you, which I hope you understand, which I do. Again, we are fully investigating this issue, and if any necessary steps need to be taken, we will be sure to do so. If you have any further questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Again, we have the right eyes on it, and we are here to help. So that's from Larissa. So thank you very much, Larissa. I appreciate you taking the time to at least send this up the ladder to somebody. Really what I wanted to know is how many of these were getting canceled, because my suspicion was that all of these were being canceled. And if you're somebody who has looked on TCGPlayer over the past month, let's say, a lot of times overnight there are some of these listings that all of a sudden just pop up, and they are from the same seller that has 0% feedback, 0 sales. They're making new accounts, and they're purposely manipulating the market to bring down that market price, so that way it doesn't look like the market price for an ultra premium collection is $260, which is very fascinating that it's going this route, and that this is, I mean, it's kind of like the reverse of what we're used to when it comes to price manipulation. So be very, very careful. Moral of the story is be very, very careful when it comes to buying the ultra premium collection. I know that it's super, super expensive, but oftentimes if something seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. So if you're out looking around at retail stores, obviously you're going to be fine. But even TCGPlayer is susceptible to issues, you know, where a lot of these, and I could be completely wrong. These could have all sold, they could have all shipped. It could have been a bunch of different stores that really had similar names that are like, hey, we're going to sell all of our allocation for Wave 3, even though Wave 3 hasn't come out yet. But we're going to sell off all of our allocation, and we're going to provide people with these products at $188. I don't think that's the case. I also want to talk about why the Ultra Premium Collection is this much, and I want you to think for a second about where we are in the market. Right now, we're looking at Vivid Voltage booster boxes selling for $110. Every single set, or Darkness Ablaze also selling for $100. Every set after Darkness Ablaze that has come out. So Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike. There's 6 sets that have come out over the past year, basically. Almost a year and a half right now, not including those special sets. All of those sets are plentiful. They're available. They're selling for anywhere between $40, $50, $60 below MSRP right now, which is absolutely crazy. If those products were all selling for double that, you would expect the contents inside to be worth more. And part of the reason that they're not selling for double that is because the price of singles has fallen so much, right? We've looked at that quite a bit over the past few weeks now, the price of singles continuing to drop in a lot of these different sets. So when people pull raw cards, if I told you, here's a Fusion Strike booster box, give me $100, I guarantee you whatever you pull from this box is going to sell for at least $200. People are going to be buying up Fusion Strike booster boxes like crazy, right? That's easy. Like, that's an easy profit. That's an easy turn for a lot of people to do. When you sell, or when you buy this Ultra Premium Collection, it's actually worth more right now to break it open than sell it sealed. Because right now you can buy it, if you look on TCGPlayer, you can buy it right now for $250 plus $14.99 shipping. It's a little sus because it's another card shop that has 0% sales, but I mean, it's at a price point that's at least a little bit closer. You can still buy it for under $300, not by much, but under $300. When you look at the contents inside. So you're going to have 17 booster packs inside. And the lowest booster pack right now is selling for $5.05 on TCGPlayer. So we'll put that at $5. I know there's one at $3.97 here, plus $1 shipping, but it's only one. We need a consistent kind of like idea here. So 17, there's 17 available here by the Poke Lab, $5.05. So you're like $85 right there. The lowest Charizard metal card right now is selling for about $135. So that right there is $220 just for those 2 items, just for the 17 Celebrations booster packs and the 1 metal Charizard card right there. Then you have the Pikachu metal card right here. This is selling at its lowest point for $40. So you're at $260 right there. Then you have the gold Pikachu V, which looks like this. Very, very cool looking cards. That's selling, the lowest one right now is selling for over $30. So we're just going to keep math simple, right? So that's $290 right there. Then you also have the gold Pokeball that's in there. That's selling for $10. That's the lowest one in there. And we're taking just the lowest price because a lot of times these cards aren't really considered near mint. Some people would call them lightly played because there's damage in the chipping or the paint or something like that on these metal cards. So right there, you're looking at $300. That's not including the extra booster packs that you get, the normal booster packs that you get in there that are going to be worth an additional $20 or so. That's not including the dice or the coins or anything like that. That's also included in the box, which the box itself itself is selling for, what, $15 or so right now. So all in all, by cracking this thing open, you're looking at about $350 in value, and that's what is making this price stay at this $300 level and causing so many problems. So what do you do, right? How do you get this where you're not paying $300+ for it? Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to unless you are staying vigilant and constantly sweeping the market. I do think, and this is my opinion, there is no concrete evidence behind this, there's no factual information behind this, but this is what I think. I think with every collectible market, you are going to have outliers that are worth well more than the MSRP level. And I think that's okay. I think in art, I think in vinyl, I think in books, I think in a lot of different collectible outlets, you're going to have a product that is worth a lot more than MSRP because the demand is so high that it doesn't necessarily matter how much supply is going to be made. They're not going to be able to produce supply fast enough to meet the demand. And I think the Ultra Premium Collection is going to be that. We saw it last year with the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box. They reprinted that, but they still weren't able to meet demand for it. It would sell off the shelves right away. They even raised MSRP on it a little bit, where a lot of areas were selling it for $55 instead of the normal $50, but it would still just fly off the shelf. And the contents of that were already more expensive just to break it open, because at the time the booster packs themselves, Hidden Fates booster packs, were selling for about $13, $14. So it was more expensive than buying the Hidden Fates ETB, because you could find them a year ago at this time for about $100. So you're going to have these situations where there is a product that is going to be well worth over MSRP. Now, with the Hidden Fates ETB, and this is where I'm like, history kind of repeats itself. This is what I think is going to happen. This is where I'm getting my thought process from. I think that there is a fair amount of these that are going to continue to push their way through the market. Now, we have had waves 1 and waves 2 as an LGS. A lot of LGSs have already had wave 1 and wave 2. There is going to be a wave 3 coming. It's a smaller wave, just like wave 2. That is going to come at some time in December, maybe the end of December. You might even be looking at the beginning of January right now. Now, I do think there's going to be some additional product that becomes available, because I think a lot of LGSs aren't going to be able to get, with everything going on as far as cash flow issues and things like that, with all this product that's getting dumped. I think a lot of stores aren't able to pay for what their order would have been. So I think there's going to be some excess that's left over at distributors, which might spring up some other ones, some more for your LGS to be able to order. But I do think that there is going to be quite a few more that are available at marketing companies, and I think that their release structure is going to be very similar to what we saw for Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes, where there were people who were finding Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes on store shelves on restock days months after the reprint. So we started seeing Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes pop up at the end of January or so in Target and Walmart and Barnes & Noble and places like that in small quantities, right? You could find there was maybe 8, 10. You had to be right in line right away. You had to make sure that they were limiting. It was very, very difficult. But if you stayed doing that for months, eventually a lot of people were able to get their hands on one. I think you're going to be looking at the same thing. I saw a lot of images from Targets this week that were stocking on restock day. They were putting out 4. They were putting out 4 per Target. Every Target was getting 4. If you were there right at the restock, you had a chance at grabbing one. I think that is going to continue. I don't think it's going to happen every week, but I think maybe once, twice a month on restock day, if you're somebody who's, hey, I pay attention to restock days, this is something I really, really want, but I am refusing to pay a penny over $119.99 for it. I think you're going to need to stay vigilant on restock days and look for the next 4 or 5 months to see if this product does become available, because I do think it's going to continue to release in small quantities. But the problem is I do not see it diving down too much on the secondary market, because if we look at the market price of Charizard, for example, now when this came out right around October 27th, when the Ultra Premium Collection first came out, this was selling for $170. It has dropped considerably down to $135 now, but you can see now for the past 2-3 weeks, it's been staying pretty steady at about $135. Same thing with the Pikachu. It's dropped quite a bit, but it's pretty much leveled off now for the last 3 or 4 weeks to about $45-ish. So if those cards are going, I don't see Celebrations booster packs dropping too much below $450 or so. So I think those are going to stay very similar in price. So if you're starting to see these metal cards start dropping in value considerably, then you might start seeing the opportunity isn't there anymore. then you might start seeing the ultra premium collection go, down in price a little bit. But I don't see this dropping down to, below $250. Even if they start supplying more, Pokemon would have to do something where they make this very, very readily available for a lot of people. They're going to have to make sure that shelves are stocked everywhere, because right now it's no different than what we saw. Like Target offered the $10 tins again this year, and those sold out online. They sold out in store in a lot of different areas. From what I heard, a lot of people were unable to get any of them because people just bought them. And there was so much supply that kind of flooded the market. Now, right now, I'm sure you won't be able to sell the contents of that for more than $10, but that's what they're going to need to do with something like the Ultra Premium Collection, because even that, where there's so much supply, wasn't able to hit demand. And I think that you're kind of in the same scenario when it comes to this. So if you're hoping that there's going to be a ton of, I know it's not great news. I know you're probably hoping to hear some kind of insider information where there's a lot better news, but unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. I think this is going to settle and stay right around that $300 mark. It might drop down to $250, but I do think unless you're lucky enough to find it in retail stores for about that $120 mark, I don't think you're going to be able to find it too much better than that unless you have a storefront that you can rely on, an LGS that you can rely on, because on the secondary market, I don't see it dropping too much further. I think it's going to stay this way for a while. I don't think it's going to jump, to over $500 within the next 2 months, because I do think that these are going to steadily be available in retail stores in small quantities for the next several months. But I think that at this point next year, for example, I think you're going to start seeing it rise quite a bit over that, maybe even over that $500 mark. But right now, I think we're going to stay pretty steady between $250 and $300 for quite a while. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you are not currently subscribed. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. It means a lot to me, and means a lot for the algorithm if you leave a like and a comment. And it doesn't take too much work, right? Neither does hitting that subscribe button. So if we're going to hit 100,000 subscribers next year, everybody has to make sure that they hit that subscribe button down below. So definitely do that. Until next time, guys. Peace.